Hi everyone, my name is Diana. I'd like to take this opportunity to share with you more about my story. It all happens when a relative of mine approached me for help. Her name is June. At that point of time, she was 18 years old and she was still schooling. So the problem that she was facing at that time was she was 5 months pregnant and she was in a dilemma on how to handle the situation. She was contemplating abortion. Her boyfriend at that time was quite supportive. He actually wanted to marry her. She also think of her future, that she is young and she's not sure that she's gonna able to cope with her studies, maybe finding a new job, and then to also take care of the baby, and of course on how to move on with life with the disapproval of the parents. So when she consulted me, I was also in a dilemma on how to help her and on what is the right advice to give her, because I do not want her to regret later in life. I actually brought her to a clinic and the doctor did the necessary tests and yeah, she was pregnant. After the doctor announced that she is indeed pregnant, I was actually anxious on how I should help her. And maybe as a woman, I feel protective towards the girl and also the baby that she was carrying. And I was actually in the position of wanting to save a life. Okay, but I understand that the situation at that point of time is not easy because I need to convince many parties. I actually advise her that she should inform her parents, and that I will help her convince them that the right thing to do is to actually keep the baby and decide later on whether she is capable of managing it at such a young age, or she should put it up for an adoption. I didn't know that I would face so many challenges when I decided to help her. So the first challenges was to inform her parents on her behalf. It was not easy to inform someone that her daughter was pregnant. So when I actually did that, I faced a very huge resistance. One thing is because they were in denial. They cannot accept the fact that their daughter is engaging in a premarital sex. They felt that she's going to embarrass the whole family. So there was a stigma of to be pregnant out of a wedlock. The second challenges is the girl herself, June. She was in dilemma. She doesn't want to disappoint her parents, and she also wanted to keep her baby because after carrying the baby for 6 months, there was an attachment going on between her and her baby. So at one point of time, she wanted to keep the baby so much. At another point of time, she doesn't want to be disowned by her parents. She was afraid that she would bring disgrace to the family. For me, the challenge for myself is it's very difficult for me to help someone when she cannot make her decision. And I felt that why should I make the decision for you? I only there to help you talk to your parents and maybe save a life. The last challenge was handling an unethical doctor who actually give an option to both the parents and the girl, the option to abort the baby. I wasn't aware that there was such a procedure whereby a baby can be aborted at 6 months. So I was curious, and actually I asked the doctor how did he intend to abort a baby at that stage. So I was so shocked and very angry when he said that for $5,000 he could actually do an induced abortion. He would make it seems like the baby was delivered at a premature stage, that he would give the girl an injection to induce the labor, and then she will deliver a baby which is still alive, and they will actually just leave the baby there to die. So I was very angry, and it was a difficult situation to be in, to have to convince her parents and herself and even the doctor to actually keep the baby, not to abort the baby. I was telling this to the girl and even to her parents, like, how could you imagine a situation whereby you watch a living baby being delivered on purpose before prematurely, and just watch it and leave it to die. This is just crazy and very inhumane. At that point of time, I thought that I was very confident of myself, that I could handle such a very difficult situation, but indeed I was wrong. I didn't really handle the situation wisely. So with Jun's mother, I actually get into very confrontational mode. Like I said, we were shouting. Instead of discussing the matter, I was attacking her character. Start to judge her, like, why do you choose to abort, and why you need to be so mean to your daughter? Why can't you give her a chance to feel that she's my daughter? I have the right to tell her what to do, and I do not want her to bring disgrace to the family. You are an outsider, you should not get involved in this. So at that point of time, I still feel that I should be the hero, and I tried to talk to the doctor. Again, I was very aggressive in my approach. I was telling him that I could report you to the police and you could lose your license, and basically I was scolding him, saying that you are very unethical, you are very inhumane. Do you know that you're killing an innocent life? How can you even suggest to let the baby die prematurely and struggling for breath and all that? But I was taken aback that after so much confrontations that I did with the doctor, he just responded me with a simple line by saying that it's very hard to prove that it is an induced labor because there's no way to prove it. When I got the news that the baby has already been aborted, I actually broke down and cried, because I can't believe the process that the baby had to went through to meet her death. Okay, so I was very emotional about it. So what I did was I went to my piano and I just expressed myself, and I wrote this song. And as I was writing the song, I actually think of what I can do to reach out to people, to know that such things did happen to June. Such thing did happen, and I want people to be aware of this story, to educate them about teenage pregnancy and abortion. So, but I felt that I'm just one person and there's no one who would believe my story. The song was written in such a way that it was conversational. Those are the words I feel that I could use to talk to a girl in that situation. I was then thinking, how can I get the song heard, right? And that's where I met another challenge. To me, as a songwriter, I thought that I just need to deliver a message to a song. But when you approach people in the recording companies, they may have different thoughts. If they didn't find a commercial value in that song, they say that I will not. They will not invest their time and resources on that. I went from one recording company to another. When they first look at the song and they look at me, if I'm not of a commercial value, maybe they do not want to record a song for me. So after going through that, I was almost disappointed that maybe I can't do it properly to broadcast it to anybody. Well, after knowing the death of the baby, somehow this desire to voice up for the baby and those other babies that having the same fate, somehow that desire pushed me on and on every year. So at that point of time, you may not believe this, but I actually imagine the end result, that as I go through day by day, I actually visualize that someday I would talk to a group of students. I actually imagine that someday my song will be heard somewhere. But I imagine myself performing the song and sharing the song, and I was quite amazed that actually step by step, each things that I visualized actually coming true. The first was I submit the song that I wrote for a local songwriting competition, Project Renta 2014, and I was surprised that I was among the top 5 songs selected to be in the finals. And during the finals, I was surprised that I actually won the songwriting competition. And the reason why I won was because the judges felt that it has a real message, and it can actually communicate to everyone. After going through the whole experience, I realized that I've made the right decision to write the song, because just by the song itself, it can touch many people's hearts. And when they go through the lyrics, they actually know the meaning of the song. I'm glad that at that point of time, I think about the fate of the baby, and I want to voice out for the baby. I do not want the baby to die in vain. So with that, it encourages me to make that decision to write the song and reach out to as many people as possible. I want people to know that such an unethical practice should not be encouraged. I did share this song to another girl who was facing the same dilemma, and I was very happy that she made a decision not to abort her baby after listening to the song. So I really feel that songwriting can be very powerful. It actually can touch people's hearts. And this whole experience also has somehow give me some kind of validation that I actually can write songs, and that my song can really be heard. In fact, I will be releasing another song, and this time the song is about against family violence. The thing that keeps me going through this whole experience is firstly to know your own strength and to leverage on it. For example, if you have a talent in songwriting, maybe you can make a change and make a difference by using that talent. And the thing that keeps me going is the desire to be heard and to continue persevering even though there's many challenges and obstacles along the way. And the other thing is to start with the end in mind. Okay, sometimes you don't know all the things that you dream of can just come true. Thank you for listening to my sharing, and I also want to thank you for your support for BounceSG. I hope you will continue to support us. Okay, I'm Diana signing off. Bye.